Rather lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. The transfer window is moving like crazy today and all against Arsenal. Arsenal have withdrawn their interest in Moises Caicedo, according to the Telegraph. The story has been picked up by the Standard, the Evening Standard as well. And they've said it is true Arsenal have cooled their interest in Moises Caicedo as Chelsea look to pounce and progress on the deal. They are going to pay 75 million plus 10 million pounds in add-ons. The player is okay with joining them even without UCL if Arsenal will not sign him. We're going to be diving into that story. It's heartbreaking, especially now that Arsenal are also potentially losing Rice to Manchester City. We'll be diving into some of the more details about that one, because Caicedo has been writing on this one, and he said right now Arsenal want to pay 80 million across 6 years. It's not even close to what to what West Ham want, and sources have actually described our bid as embarrassing by West Ham. We're going to be diving into much of that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. Let's get this video to 500 likes. Arsenal's bid for Rice is embarrassing, but we have also withdrawn interest from Moises Caicedo. What the hell is going on? That is my only question. And what do you think about this in the comment section? Do you think all these deals were never going to happen? We wanted Caicedo in January. We did bid for Moises Caicedo in January. We wanted to pay up to 70 million for Moises Caicedo in January. So it clearly is Arsenal want the player. Arsenal really have the interest in Moises Caicedo. Why are we walking away at the moment? It is not the money, in my opinion. And then it is not that Chelsea have literally overtaken the deal. Chelsea have to, sell before they can buy. I just don't understand, but let's dive into the stories as they come in. Now, this is what has been written a few seconds ago by The Express, quoting Gary Jacobs. They're saying Arsenal have reportedly cooled their interest in making a summer move for Brighton midfielder Moises Caicedo, with Manchester United and Chelsea set to battle out for his signature over the coming weeks. The Gunners have been linked with Caicedo since the January transfer window, during which they tried to praise him away from the Amex Stadium, but saw their efforts firmly rebuffed by Brighton. That is according to Chris Class and Gary Jacobs writing with The Express. Now, this is the whole story as written by The Express. They say Caicedo. Just a minute there, because this is a little bit ahead of what I wanted to share, right? So they're saying Arsenal have reportedly cooled their interest in making a summer move for Moises Caicedo, Brighton midfielder Moises Caicedo, with Manchester United and Chelsea set to battle it out for the signature of the player in the coming weeks. The Gunners have been linked with Caicedo since January, but at the moment it looks like Brighton refusing to sell in January is becoming a problem even in the summer. Caicedo went on to sign a new deal on improved terms, with the Seagulls, but it is expected that he will leave in this summer following his emergence as one of the Premier League's highest-rated midfielders. However, it seems though he will not be joining Arsenal, with the Times reporting that the North Londoners have withdrawn their interest in adding Caicedo to their ranks ahead of the next season. It is said that Brighton are fully anticipating a move elsewhere for Caicedo over the coming weeks, but it will only be prepared to accept bids in the region of around 80 million. Arsenal, meanwhile, are thought to be prioritizing a move for West Ham skipper Declan Rice, who is likely to cost upwards of that figure if he ends up moving to the Emirates Stadium before the start of next season. Big story, big breaking news coming in there from two outlets that I really trust a lot, especially the Times and Gary Jacobs. Arsenal have cooled their interest in Moises Caicedo. Actually, we have withdrawn our interest from signing Moises Caicedo. I looked at a few things on this story. One, I looked at the bidding war being the major factor as to why Arsenal could walk away, because I think Arsenal literally wanted to replicate our bid in January. 70 million including add-ons. That is how much we wanted to pay. Nothing more, nothing less for Moises Caicedo, or in any case, something less for Moises Caicedo. However, Chelsea have already made it very clear that they will go as much and as high as they can in this deal. They will try to sign Moises Caicedo. Whether that means signing him for 90 million, they will actually do that. According to reliable reports as they come in from Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea are working hard on this deal, and they could sign Moises Caicedo between 70 million pounds plus 10 million pounds on add-ons and even more. So Chelsea leading the race clearly. They have skyrocketed the price. Genius from Chelsea. Absolutely genius from Chelsea. They have skyrocketed the price, and Arsenal have gone, wow, we cannot match that, right? We really can't go as high as 80 million for Moises Caicedo. We can't compete with Chelsea in this deal. So the bidding war is one of the reasons why Arsenal are walking away. I think Manchester United will come in. I think Liverpool will come in. I think a few more former offers will actually come in, because I'm very clear, and I'm very I'm very sold on the idea that we want to sign Moises Caicedo, right? This is what Gary Jacobs put out a few seconds ago, and he said Chelsea will advance their pursuit of Moises Caicedo over the coming weeks. Brighton will let Caicedo leave. This was clear when he extended. It's going to take around 70 million guaranteed plus 10 million in add-ons. Caicedo fully open to the move even without UEFA European football. I'll tell you this, right? All the sources that are reporting that Caicedo is open to moving to a club without UCL are the same clear sources that have said over the last few days that he wants UCL. He would choose any club that comes in with UEFA Champions League football. And in my opinion, if Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle come in to rival Chelsea, they stand a better chance than Chelsea. Chelsea do not have UEFA Champions League, and I don't think they have a very shining project that they are selling to any players at the moment. I think Man United do have a project. I think Newcastle have a project, and I think Liverpool also have a project as well. Actually, in my opinion, Liverpool, instead of wasting a lot of time going for unproven players in the Premier League, why not just go for Moises Caicedo? He would be such a brilliant player. So Arsenal are not willing to go as high as 70 plus 10 million in add-ons, so we are out of the deal. So the other thing I thought about is the deal was a hoax, but for me, I don't think it was a hoax. I don't think this deal was a wrong rumor. I think we consolidated our interest in Moises Caicedo since January. We looked at him, we wanted him since January, and I've never seen a team that wants a player 6 months ago, you don't get him, you have a chance to get him now, and you just withdraw. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. So I know there's going to be so many reports that Arsenal never interested. Fabrizio has always said Arsenal are there. Arsenal are interested. They've been preparing a bid. They've never sent in a bid, of course. Fabrizio confirmed that. But we've been preparing a bid, and somehow, miraculously, we are out. We have just withdrawn our interest. So Chelsea are leading this deal. They're working hard. They're trying to get the deal done to avoid any hijacks. That is what I'm getting from Fabrizio Romano. I don't even have opinions on this one, because what should I say? You wake up one day and Arsenal are signing Rice and Caicedo. You wake up the second day and Rice and Caicedo are both heading to the biggest rivals of Arsenal. One to Manchester City potentially, and the other to Chelsea potentially as well. What am I expected to say? All I'm going to say here is that today we have shown that we have a very weak spine in the transfer window. We have shown that we are not yet ready to do big deals. We have shown that if there is competition and if there is players, big clubs interested in a certain player, we cannot beat them, whether we have UCL or not. And this it's going to be really now a big problem. If we are losing players and targets to clubs without UEFA Champions football, because we all thought, they're taking our players, they're taking our transfer targets because they have UCL. Guess what? We have UCL. They're still taking the players. So how are we then going to compete with the likes of City, Bayern, Madrid? We are competing locally and we are losing all these deals and we are losing all these transfer targets. When we start competing globally, for example, if Arsenal went out to sign Sofian Amrabat, where Bayern is interested, Barca is interested, Liverpool is interested, potentially West Ham and Newcastle are interested, can we win that race? I really doubt we can. I really doubt Arsenal can. We are just spineless. We are literally spineless. For me, what I would expect from Arsenal, whether we sign Caicedo or not, is be there. At least that is honorable enough, all right? That's honorable enough. Be there. It doesn't matter whether you sign him or you do not sign him. Be there, right? Try to show that you're interested. Try to show that it matters. Try to show that you want the deal done. Be there. But we've just walked away. We just walked away from the next N'Golo Conte, just like we walked away when Chelsea signed N'Golo Conte, went on to win like 2 Premier League titles with him, went on to win a UEFA Champions League with him, and we walked away, and we've just walked away. Absolutely spineless. We are real cowards. Like real cowards. Real cowards of the 2023 year. We are real cowards. But anyway, Caicedo, deal off. Absolutely, deal off. He is going to Chelsea, and the vibes I'm getting, he will join Chelsea unopposed. Like, we sold to him the project. The player agrees to join the project, and somehow we find a reason not to sign. We just find a reason to do ourselves dirty. We just find a reason to do ourselves, bad. We just find a reason to fail ourselves again and again and again. Now, listen to this. Kaya Kinaka said that the rice bid Arsenal sent had 80 million guaranteed payments over 6 years, right? He also says that it included 10 million in add-ons, which were not realistic. He also says that it says there will be a new bid which could rise up to 100, but the first official bid has been termed as embarrassing by West Ham. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, how are we going to go back to West Ham and look serious? West Ham have dubbed and have, earmarked our initial bid as embarrassing. 80 million payable across a period of 6 years, with 10 million pounds in add-ons that are not even achievable. I don't know. It's the same thing that Shakhtar said with the Mikhailo Modric deal, that Arsenal's add-ons were clearly unachievable, right? And Chelsea offered the better deal because their add-ons were achievable and it was going to be done within a shorter period of time. Now, of course, I will think, you've got to think about a few things here. In the last 3 years, Arsenal have been really buying players, and I don't think we've been paying cash, so there is a high possibility that we are still paying off money for Odegaard, Ben White, maybe Partey was a release clause paid up front, maybe Gabriel Jesus, Alexander Zinchenko. So I understand. But West Ham made it very clear they want their money in 2 installments. Of course, you've got to negotiate your way around that. I understand. They want 100 million plus in 2 installments, right? And that money should be paid until 2025, all right? Those were their conditions. How then have Arsenal got the balls to go, what? We will pay you this money until 2030. Like, where do we get the balls to do that? Where do we get the balls? Like, we want to pay 80 million until 2029 for a highly prized asset who literally is going to be, is attracting almost every single, top club in the world. It's just embarrassing. And why it's very embarrassing here for me, again, is negotiating is not embarrassing. Being clever in this in the transfer market is not embarrassing. What is embarrassing is when you talk to West Ham for 6 months, you understand their structure that they want, you understand the amount of money they want, you understand they want a player in the deal or 120 million if there is no deal. If there is no player included in the deal, you understand that, and you agree to almost each and everything, and the deal is closed, and there is an agreement on the table, and then you totally bring something else, right? Like you thought this is a blue pen, right? This is a blue pen. So someone says, you get me a blue pen, like this, get me a blue pen, and then when you come back, you have an orange pen. That is what we've done. We have gone to the market, and Mama has sent us for salt, and we just brought sugar. Like, to be honest, we have just brought sugar to be put in the soup. No dinner for us now. Absolutely no dinner. But anyway, listen. I think there will be a second bid, and that's going to really shape the conversation even better. Because if Arsenal's second bid is really below valuation, West Ham will chase us away. West Ham will chase us. I'm telling you, for facts, West Ham will chase us away. And I won't be surprised if they sell to another club that has shown them more respect than Arsenal. Cheers. Right, I'll speak to you right in the next one. We'll be talking about Arsenal's fixtures maybe in one of the videos that to come, and we'll be talking about this the Kai Havertz saga, which is also catching up and down. Lots of content for you. Stay tuned.